Who's the best boxer, in your opinion, right now?
European.
No, world. Best fighter
World.
in the world, yeah.
I think it's...
Brother, stop. I'm too Khabib.
We're waiting for his...
The debate had been simmering for months, and the boxing world was on edge, waiting for Oleksandr Usyk to finally snap. After making history as the undisputed heavyweight king, many felt that seeing him ranked below Terence Crawford was a clear slap in the face to his legacy. But when asked about the snub, Usyk didn't lash out or make excuses. Instead, he silenced his critics with a response no one ever saw coming.
Best boxer, in your opinion, right now?
European.
No, world. Best fighter
World.
in the world, yeah.
I think it's Terence Crawford.
Many believe it's you. Many believe you're the best fighter.
No, I'm not
No?
the best fighter of the world. It's Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford, number one, yeah?
He's an animal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so fucking good. He's so good. I mean, you think about what that guy has done. He beat AJ twice. He beat Tyson Fury twice. And now he beat Dubois twice.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
No, it's incredible.
Those are two of the best, like, of this era. I think he's one of the best of all time. I really do. I think he's one of the best heavyweights of all time. And his movement is so different. One of the things that was interesting, where they were talking about the fight, and AJ Tony Bellows was talking about when he fought him, and AJ was saying that when he fought him, it was the most exhausted he's ever been because he's always moving. There's no rest with him.
No rest.
There's
no
like
time
constant.
yeah.
There's constant twitching.
Under
so
fire the whole time.
you're constantly thinking, when is this coming? There's no silent agreements. There's no relaxation. There's no there's no rounds off.
Yeah.
Everything is he's putting it on you and moving constantly. Like I always say, he's like a giant Lomachenko.
Got
and
it.
They were both trained by the same guy.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, Lomachenko's father trained Usyk as well.
Ah.
Yeah.
Usyk didn't just accept the ranking. He revealed something that has left fans completely speechless. The boxing world shook when the Ring magazine unveiled its updated pound-for-pound list. For months, Usyk had reigned supreme, the man who conquered the giants. But when the new list appeared, the Ukrainian's name was no longer at the pinnacle. He had been pushed down to number 2. In almost any other fighter, this would ignite a storm of furious interviews, viral tweets, and claims of unfairness. But Usyk's response was something entirely unexpected. He didn't fight it. He embraced it.
Usyk 2 times win. Yeah, I remember.
So will you admit that you are a great fighter now, an all-time great?
Definitely.
Pound for pound, number one?
Who?
You.
Nah, he says
I
Crawford.
don't know.
He says Crawford all the time.
It's Terence Crawford, pound for pound, number one.
This shift in power was sparked by a historic moment that rewrote the history books just days before. Terence "Bud" Crawford pulled off the unimaginable. He jumped 2 weight classes, defying the laws of physics and ignoring every caution from the pundits, to face the very face of boxing, Saul Canelo Alvarez. Critics claimed Crawford was too small, that weight classes exist for a reason, and that he was taking on more than he could handle.
Could beat Canelo Alvarez.
I think he's too small. But then again, I thought he was too small for Spence, so shows what I know.
They were wrong. Crawford didn't just survive. He tore apart a legend, becoming the first male boxer in the 4-belt era to claim undisputed status across 3 weight divisions. It was a performance so precise and devastating that the ranking boards faced an impossible decision. When news broke that Crawford had leapfrogged Usyk for the top spot, reporters rushed for a reaction from the heavyweight king. They sought controversy. They wanted a soundbite to splash across headlines, to fabricate a rivalry. Instead, Usyk stared into the camera with calm resolve and spoke with unflinching honesty. "He's king," Usyk said, cutting the interviewer short. "For me, pound for pound number 1 is Terence Crawford. I respect this man. He is an exceptional fighter, a brutally tough boxer."
If you're the best fighter.
Oh, no, I'm not the best fighter of the world. It's Terence.
There was no sarcasm in his tone, no hidden motive. Usyk went even further. He told the press that in his mind, he wasn't even number 2. For me, maybe I'm number 17, he joked, flashing that signature gap-toothed grin. It was a moment of absolute confidence, cloaked in humility. Only a man who truly knows his own danger can afford to rank himself number 17.
Being ranked in the pound for pound, is that also a target, a dream?
For me, no. For me, doesn't matter. For me, pound for pound, number 1 is Terence Crawford. I like this man. It's a great fighter. He's a terrible, tough boxer. For me, I'm maybe number
2.
17.
Talking about greatness, yeah, Muhammad Ali will go down and he'll always be the greatest. And let's talk about who's the best. And Oleksandr Usyk, his name is right up there, right? You don't become a 3-time undisputed world champion, do what he's done, jump through the weight divisions, beat everyone of that era. And that performance that he put in tonight was the best Oleksandr Usyk I've actually seen. I think that you got to put him up there, man. That was phenomenal. People talking about age, you know, was he showing signs of wear and tear after the 2 Fury fights? Well, he answered all those questions. He looked young, he looked fresh, and he made a potentially difficult fight easy.
Can I bring Dave in here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, you're the heavyweight. Would he have beaten Muhammad Ali? Would he have beaten Evander Holyfield? Would he have beaten Lennox Lewis? Would he have beaten George Foreman?
It's very difficult to say, and I think very unfair. You know, obviously with time we've had, there's been improvements in strength and conditioning, nutrition, all the rest of it. On different generations, you cannot compare, and he will go down as one of the best of all time.
But does his skill set, I know all those things apart, does he belong in the conversation with those people?
Oh, of course. He belongs in the conversation with Sugar Ray Leonard, Ray Robinson. I put him in that bracket, I really do. Because it's 2025 and he's still active, it's difficult to do that. When you tend to appreciate things more when they're gone. So in 20 years' time, I think people will go, Usyk was as good as Robinson, as good as Leonard, but right now it's a bit of a controversial thing to say, but I think he's in that.
Usyk called Crawford a crazy man, the highest praise he could offer, admiring the American's skill to shift stances and dismantle opponents with a boxing IQ that rivals his own.
It's
Wow.
my friend, but it's crazy man. Listen, I say Terence win. Yes.
What? Terence win over Canelo.
Yes, Terence win. But listen, Terence is different man. Terence work in две стойка.
Two sides.
Two sides.
Right.
And
And
right,
switch hitter. Yes.
The switch
Yes.
hitter.
Yes.
right and left. But it's very smart man. It's very, very, very smart. But feel distance and play.
This mutual respect is built on a shared battle against the same boxing myth, the notion that the bigger man always defeats the smaller one.
People gonna start talking about pound for pound,
Well, right now,
greatest
look,
ever, all
pound
this
for
stuff.
pound, right now.
Right now.
We got, for me, you got Usyk, you got Inoue, and you got Crawford. I got Crawford. Usyk, I think he earned it by what he's done in the heavyweight division. You had Crawford number 2, you had Inoue. Now I got Crawford probably number 1. I mean, it's hard not to, but look, it's hard to, to push aside Usyk too, with everything he's done, unifying the heavyweight title twice for the first time in 25 years, beating bigger guys on their home turf. You got to give Usyk something special too. But Crawford, he's very special. Easy, 1, 2, and 3. They're right there. I know Inoue fights in the morning over in Japan, but I mean, either way, the 3 of them are merged together. You want to force me, put a gun to my head right now off of this? Yeah, Crawford. Hard to not say number 1 for Crawford. And I add one thing, from a trainer's point of view, putting my trainer's hat on, what you were talking about, you touched on it earlier. It should have been pretty obvious to Canelo's people that Crawford was going to use that reach advantage,
Yes.
the length advantage, and the jab. So what that means is, if I'm the trainer, the first thing I'm thinking is, what do I not want to happen? And I'll tell you what it is. I don't want to get dominated by the jab. I don't want him to control the outside with the jab. So what is the best way to nullify another guy who's got a better, longer, I get it. But what's the best way, if not to nullify it, to calm it down a little bit? Use your own jab.
Move your head, use your own jab.
But you take his jab away.
Both Usyk and Crawford have forged their legacies by shattering that myth completely. Crawford's victory speech after the Canelo fight captured this perfectly. Standing in the center of the ring, adrenaline still surging, Crawford unleashed his words on the critics who had doubted him for years. He spoke of being a poor kid from Omaha, Nebraska, a fighter dismissed for having no personality, no fan base, and no shot against the giants of the sport. He tore apart the recycled narratives lazy analysts used to undermine smaller fighters.
This little poor kid from Omaha, Nebraska, set his sights out to be a world champion. I had to travel all across the world to go become world champion. In one night, all his dreams came true. A fighter that they say can't sell or they lose money on, and they say don't have no personality. It was this sense of me proving everybody wrong that think that I couldn't win. The bigger man always beat the smaller man. I said, everybody just listening to everybody. They just copy and pasting. And they just running with this narrative that the great big man always beat the great little man. We look at all these great fighters that moved up in weight, and it was smaller guys that went into bigger divisions and beat the bigger guy. I think that people just hear things and they just run with it, and they don't do their research.
Many believe you're the best fighter.
No, I'm not the best fighter of the world. It's Terence Crawford.
Oleksandr Usyk is too humble. He called Terence Crawford the...
Usyk sees himself in that battle. Remember, Usyk isn't a natural heavyweight. He's a cruiserweight who dared to step up and face giants like Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. When he looks at Crawford, he doesn't see a rival. He sees a reflection. A master technician proving that skill triumphs over size every single time. The clip of Usyk calling Crawford the GOAT wasn't him bowing. It was him honoring a fellow master of the craft. It sent waves through the community, with fans flooding social media, calling Usyk a genuinely good man.
Who is the best boxer from the UK?
In the UK, now, Tyson Fury.
The best from the USA?
Terence Crawford.
The best from Europe?
Daniel Lappin.
The best in the world?
Terence Crawford.
The best young and upcoming fighter?
Lappin. Daniel.
The best fight this year?
Fury Usyk.
And the best knockout of the year?
And flooding threads with praise for his undeniable truth. But while Usyk is busy handing out respect to Crawford, a far darker, more intense story is unfolding right in his own backyard.
Tyson, don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone.
The heavyweight champion might be smiling for the cameras, but his looming rematch with Tyson Fury casts a shadow. And the build-up to that fight has exposed a stark, unsettling contrast between the two men. While Usyk appears calm, engaging with the media and honoring his peers, Tyson Fury has vanished into silence. The Gypsy King has adopted a strategy that verges on psychological warfare.
Magazine here that Turkey Al-Sheikh has spoken to Tyson Fury, and the Gypsy King is coming.
Just finished a nice 12 rounds in the gym with the big Rickster, big fucking Tyson smashing the work, and Big Prince there, getting on, coming on strong, boys. How was that, Rick? Very, very good. 10 rounds of body sparring, 2 rounds of bags, putting it right in. Can't beat that, can we, today? Definitely not. Put the graft in.
Reports from Fury's camp in Malta reveal that the British giant has severed all contact with the outside world. He hasn't spoken to his wife Paris or their children in over 3 months. He calls it total isolation, a necessary sacrifice to reclaim his edge after losing his undefeated record to Usyk earlier this year. It's a drastic, almost chilling step for a man who has openly battled mental health struggles in the past. Fury believes that to defeat Usyk, he must strip away every comfort, every human connection, until only the fighter remains.
Needs boxing, man. Like when he says, I'm leaving boxing because I've been robbed, it's like a little boy telling his mother when he's in a huff, he's running away from home. We know you'll be back. Because as much as boxing needs Tyson Fury, and we do, don't get me wrong, I think he's great for the sport as much as he's a fucking difficult character and he's always holding things up and he never seems to play the way the fans want him to play. He does everything his own way. Tyson Fury needs boxing more than boxing needs him. And that's saying a lot because he's one of the biggest stars in boxing by a mile. Like, as much as I criticize him, I can't deny what he is. He has dominated the boxing headlines since he came back for the trilogy against Deontay Wilder. He has been one of the faces of the game. But the reason I really believe he needs boxing even more than boxing needs him is that Netflix documentary and many, many other clips I've watched of him over the years. Yes, he's got all the money in the world. Yes, he's got a lovely family and everything a man could want. But I think he struggles to be happy when he's not in boxing. I think he struggles to be happy in ordinary, everyday life. And this is something that a lot of boxers have struggled with. But when you've had the highs that Tyson Fury has had, ordinary life must just feel like, what a low. When you're an up and down, like bipolar character. And those endorphins that you get from training, the excitement from competing, and also the ego stroking, which I think he fucking loves the attention.
Compare that to Usyk. The Ukrainian champion has chosen the exact opposite path. He draws power from connection, not isolation. He lights up when he talks about his daughter, Maria, taking her first steps, channeling that joy into the relentless grind of training camp. It sparks a compelling question about what truly makes a fighter dangerous. Is it the man who locks himself away in a fortress of desperation and silence? Or the man who can honor the greatness of others, share laughter with his family, and then enter the ring to systematically dismantle his opponent?
What this guy's done, an amateur middleweight, going up to win everything is in the unpaid ranks, Olympic gold medal, and then, wow, stunning statements after stunning statements in the heavyweight division. It's just phenomenal.
Well, what more can he do? Because honestly, he's clocked the game, as I say. He's done it at cruiserweight, and now he's fought the best at heavyweight, and he's beat everybody. What more can he do?
He doesn't have to do anything else. I said this about Katie Taylor last week. Both of them have done unbelievable things in their sporting career, but they've also done unbelievable things for their nation.
I'm not gonna judge Crawford over his last performance from Canelo, because there was, I don't care what a person say, they could say that Canelo's washed up, they say this, they say past his prime, yada yada yada. That's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at how he executed the plan and how he neutralized the threat. So he did a phenomenal job with that. Bowman came up with a great game plan for that. I really believe that Janabek can get outboxed. I think he's going to get outboxed. He goes into 160. It's all going to determine on how he look against Lara. Because Lara is a crafty southpaw. And remember, I said this to you before with William Skull and Canelo. Mm-hmm. I said if he struggles against William Skull and he boxes him, it's going to just keep the blueprint solid for Crawford. So it's one of those things. So Crawford is a nice southpaw. He's solid. He knows how to utilize a lot of things. And it's like little details that maybe some of the casuals don't see, like how he positioned his foot, how he made Canelo smother his shots and still gave Canelo better exchanges in the inside. It was a lot of high caliber. Like you can tell why he deserves to be in that stage. But I got him boxing Janabek, and then after that, just walk away.
The fans have made their choice. The internet remains undefeated, and the reaction to Usyk's demotion is almost unanimously positive. By refusing to complain about his ranking, Usyk has somehow become more admired than ever. Subreddit threads overflow with users hailing him as the people's champ. They argue that a true king doesn't need a magazine to define him. By honoring Crawford, Usyk upheld the integrity of the sport itself. He showed that he values truth over his own PR. So where does that leave us? We are witnessing a golden era of boxing. A pound-for-pound king in Terence Crawford, who has done the impossible, and a heavyweight king in Oleksandr Usyk, secure enough to applaud him.
What's next for both fighters? Let's start with Terence Crawford. Where does he go? He's just stepped up to 168 pound and beat quite conclusively Canelo Alvarez there. And there's no one really now at super middleweight for him to test. Benavidez, he's gone up to light heavyweight. There's no one really in there. We saw Skull against Canelo, and Skull was quite slow and couldn't do much. I know Canelo stood off and didn't really stick it on him, but Skull showed no ambition. It's not a fight I want to see. I think really the only fight for both of these guys, Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, is the rematch. Because where does Canelo go from here now? He's got a guy stepping up from welterweight, serving him up a bit of a whooping, because that's what it was. And now he's got, like, where does he go? He can't really compete up at light heavyweight because Bivol's done him. Benavidez has gone up to there now, and I don't think that's a fight he's going to fancy. I feel like a lot of people are saying he swerved that Benavidez fight, so I don't think he's going to want to go up to light heavyweight and fight him. So it's like the only sensible option, or the only real option, is the rematch. And that's the same for Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford's now 168 pound. Who does he fight? Who does he go for next? It's difficult. There's no other real big names. I mean, there's a kid in England called Hamza Shiraz who's tapping on the door for something big.
But don't let the smiles and humble words fool you. Usyk's ability to switch off his ego outside the ring reveals a frightening level of mental discipline. He doesn't need to claim he's the best. He only needs to prove it when the bell rings. As we edge closer to the Fury rematch, the stakes have never been higher. If he dominates the giant again, it will show that you don't need to be a villain to be a monster. It will show that you can be number 2 on a list, yet number 1 in the history books. And honestly, for a man who jokes he's number 17, that's not a bad place to stand. So, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.